what started out as a perfectly normal van life day here in Mexico that you guys were going to get to spend with us quickly turned pretty extreme, a little bit dangerous, and the whole day went to chaos. So let's start back at the beginning.
At 9,000 feet, the mountains of Chiapas don't give you a warning. 1 minute you're standing on an open ridge chasing views. The next, the clouds drop like a curtain and the sky completely opens up.
The temperature plummeted in seconds. The trail turned to a slick mud. The altitude was crushing my lungs, and lightning was striking the ridges all around us. Getting caught in a sudden tropical mountain storm isn't just terrifying, it is a stark reminder of how quickly the wild parts of Mexico can push you right to the absolute edge. All right, it was kind of a joke at first. Snow accidentally
almost died on the mountain.
Climbed a mountain, but then a freak crazy rainstorm came with thunder and lightning while we were on the top of a mountain.
And then she almost died again.
Because coming down was very, very slippery.
We made it off the mountain, but the reality of the global roadmap hadn't changed. Guatemala was still sealed shut, a definitive dead end for the van. But instead of letting the border lockdown stall us, we realized we were sitting in the middle of one of the richest cultural landscapes in the world. We used our time in San Cristóbal to deep dive into the Highlands. And boy, were we in for a treat.
So, hoping we caught that on the dash cam. The locals were working, gathering some dirt from the mountainside, and they had a little roadblock where they gathered 30 pesos from us to be able to come out here to their village. They were very pleasant, right, Curt?
Yeah, I think what it was I think they had a washout on the road, so they were cleaning it up.
Oh, it's
and
to
I
help.
think it was actually sort of like a tax or a
toll
to help pay the maintenance, but who knows. Anyway, they were maintaining the road, so we don't pay taxes other than fuel and what we buy, so I'm happy to pay the toll.
Yep.
We just get out of the van. We're gonna walk over here to the market, but already you can see they have a truckload of cabbages here, and they're offloading them into this little bicycle cart, I assume to take down to the market.
This was our first true look at a deeply rooted, surviving indigenous culture. Walking through the Highland markets, you realize this isn't history trapped in a museum. It's a living, breathing way of life that has held its ground for centuries. It changed the entire perspective of our journey. We weren't just killing time. We were learning how to truly listen to the places we were traveling through.
I dare you dig a little deeper. It makes you feel a little stronger. Who knows what you may find? You'll see in your own time. It might just take a little longer. It all goes by so slowly. Ooh, you waited your whole life. Your days turn into nights. Now let the river flow deep into the ocean. All the time you are moving with emotion.
We're headed up to the Entrada La Gruta. Curt already paid, and here we go.
Can you hear it whisper? It goes by so slow, like a solitary drifter. How dare you run a little faster? One step, you are on your way now. Embrace all your weakness. Therein lies the secret. The water's never gonna drain out. It all goes by so slowly. Ooh, you waited your whole life. Your days turn into nights.
What's cool about this place, guys, is we came up the stairs, and up on top of this, there are all sorts of neat caverns to play in. Snow's crawling around here. She's always like crawling on the rocks. And she's coming through here now. This thing's getting shorter and narrower back through here. Oh, it opens up again. Nice. Oh, yeah. You kind of got to put your hand on your head and watch it.
All right. Last week, Curt dragged me over a mountain. Today, he's dragging me down into these caves. I think I need to check and see if he's pulled a life insurance policy on me.
We used our base in San Cristóbal to deep dive into the Highlands, exploring the massive underground caverns of El Arcoitete. It was a spectacular place to hide out, but the reality of the global map didn't change.
So, this is the last time Curt has to maneuver these tiny streets in San Cristóbal.
And I gotta be honest, guys, I'm gonna miss this place. You know, we've only been here about 6 weeks, which is a long time for the way we generally travel. But, you know, the last time I walked the walking streets, last night we had dinner, and it's just a really cool, unique place. And honestly, I'm gonna miss it. But I am super excited because we're back on the road.
Headed out of San Cristóbal for the very last time.
So we're about 20 minutes south of San Cristóbal, and we've come across these little villages. And if you look, they built these little wooden buildings or shacks on the side of the road. I mean, they're very shabbily made. I mean, if you see the stilts are up on, I'm not sure how long they'll last. But these are all brand new. But we just came through the village, and this is where the village sells all their stuff. So their handicrafts, their little wood carvings, or fruits, preserves, anything, fuel, and they sell fuel in little plastic jugs. But anything you can imagine, this is where the village sells all their stuff. So it's pretty cool.
We are on extremely curvy roads.
Look down over there.
And Curt is driving.
I have to say, guys, persistent, at least in this case, persistence paid off. You know, we got back from our hike yesterday and we were both kind of worn out. And the solar wasn't working. Turns out one of the bumpy roads, we hit a tope about 35 miles an hour, didn't even see it. Jarred everything. And anyway, I fixed the problem in the solar panel, or the solar box, breaker box. But we got back and we looked at the drone footage from yesterday evening, and it was horrible. So I hopped up at 6:30 this morning and I'm headed to the top. I didn't make it yesterday. I just made it past cascade number 4. I'm on record-setting pace, so I'm sorry I'm breathing so hard. But I'm gonna make it to the top for you guys.
Leaving the shelter of the Highlands meant driving straight into the path of the water. We tracked the loop down to El Chiflón and Las Nubes, two amazing waterfalls coming face to face with the absolute fury of the rainy season. These weren't peaceful, postcard perfect turquoise pools you see in travel brochures or on Instagram. The rivers were raging, the falls were roaring, and we encountered the full, unedited weight of everything that comes with this time of year in the deep country. You could physically feel the vibrations of the water right through the soles of your boots.
As we get further away from the city, the landscape is just completely opening up. There's something so incredibly special about this Chiapas loop. We're passing through all of these tiny mountainside villages and farmlands, and it's really, really just taking us back in time. We never guessed a place that this raw and authentic could even exist. I am completely falling in love with this region, even knowing that right now we're dropping out of these peaks and headed straight down into the wild and untamed jungles. We were pushing deeper into the Lacandon Jungle, an ecosystem that has guarded its secrets for thousands of years. Full-time travel out here during the wet season means you're trading comfort for the complete immersion. The air is thick, the downpours relentless, and every mile down these narrow jungle tracks requires absolute focus. But living self-contained in the rig is exactly what allowed us to push this far off the beaten path. Hablamos un poquito español.
No, ya no. Lo siento.
Turista.
Sí.
Guacamayas en el Palenque.
Nacionalidad.
Estados Unidos. Florida. Hola.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Somos personal del ejército mexicano. Estamos aplicando la ley de armas de fuego explosivos.
Hablamos un poquito español.
¿De dónde viene? ¿De qué país viene? ¿Qué país? País. ¿Qué país que viene? Ajá.
Paper?
Oh, papers?
Pasaporte? Sí.
So we just stopped by a military checkpoint, but we were actually really super close, like almost touching the Guatemala border.
Yeah.
And it was probably the most
thorough stop we've been on for sure.
in the Baja. One time they came in our van and looked at it, but they didn't ask for paperwork. That's the first time we've been asked for all our papers.
They've asked for our passport. They've never asked for our VN paperwork, and they did. And he compared all the numbers to our VIN number, our license plate number. Definitely the most thorough inspection we've been through.
I mean, they were super nice and all that, but anyway.
You know that it's been raining and raining and raining, but that we stayed at this place a couple of extra days during the rain just to get to do what we're gonna do today. Are you excited, Curt?
It's gonna be fun, I hope. You know, yesterday it stopped raining for about 2 hours and we're like, oh, we should have went, but we would have gotten pounded. So I think it was the right decision. Today the sun actually came out, so I hope we don't get stuck out here in the pouring rain. That would not be good.
Yeah. So let's go see what we're getting into, guys. What was worth waiting here for a few extra days?
To reach the ancient city of Yaxchilán, you have to leave the van behind. There's no roads here. We took a longboat 40 minutes down the mighty Usumacinta River, charting the exact water border between Mexico and Guatemala, stepping off the banks and walking through the stone corridors of the labyrinth felt like stepping cleanly out of time.
Life's too short to get it all right. First time around, you better not mess up. Wanna be born again, I want a second chance, 'cause this time around.
So there's the river. So we saw these ruins coming up. Look how beautiful this is, guys. And right up in this tree is a huge family of monkeys. I don't know, there's got to be 20 of them up there. And they jump between these two big trees right here. And I don't know what to say other than it's just amazing, guys.
Down steps that were built in 700 AD. That is crazy.
First time around, you better not mess up. I wanna be born again, I want a second chance.
Yaxchilán was a dominant powerhouse of the Mayan Golden Age, built into a loop of the river that acted as a natural defensive moat. What makes this place truly sacred is its stone text, the masterfully carved lintels above the doorways that celebrate the power of the Mayan queens, historical lineages, and ancient rituals. Standing under these stones with nothing but the echoing roar of howler monkeys in the distance or right above your head in the trees is a deeply humbling milestone in our 7-year journey.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees.
So we are settled in at our camp for the next 2 nights. We went up to the restaurant, had a little bruschetta, a little cerveza, taking a short little walk around the grounds. This place is beautiful. We get up in the morning and the ruins that are very close by, just like a mile away, is where we're headed tomorrow. But let's show you this resort a little bit. That's Curt trying to pretend like he's a monkey.
And I will try to fix what has been broken and take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my mind be carried by the waves. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light. Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade, feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day.
Our loop finally brought us to the crowning kingdom of Palenque. Seeing these massive stone pyramids rising out of the mist ties the entire journey together. We entered these mountains weeks ago, running from a closed international border, just trying to figure out our next move.
We ended up uncovering an entirely unbroken thread of history, a furious and untamed landscape, and a resilient culture that reminded us exactly why we took to the road in the first place. The Chiapas loop is officially complete.
The mountains and the jungles are behind us. The road is finally flattening out, and the endless horizon of the Yucatan is waiting. We're hitting the road again, for sure.